jamás lo podrás saber. Vamos y sin censura, yo te hago todo a ti dulzura. Que pasó esto yo solo cuenta todo. Y si tú quieres te pone a buscar. Es como tú lo mueves, rapa, pam, pam. Haciendo locura en la mañana. Si alguien te pregunta no ha pasado nada. Solo amaneciste pasando.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Meshi with Path to Wellness with Meshi. Welcome back for another video, and thank you so much for coming by, sharing your time and your space with me here. I'm so glad that you are here. So as you can tell by the title, we're not going to be wasting much time here. We're going to be talking about the brand No BS. I recently had a chance to try out a few of their products, and I wanted to sort of give you my thoughts, what worked well, what didn't work well. I'll give you some basic rundown about the company and some of the pros and cons so that next time that you are out shopping for some natural skincare products, maybe it will help you make a decision a little bit better. So if you wanted to see how it all went down, then just stay tuned and let's get started with the video. Oh, little side note, you guys, this is actually not sponsored. I actually purchased all of these products that I'm going to be talking about directly from No BS. If you have seen a lot of their advertisements, you will notice that it's a newer company. So I will be just showing you some of the stuff that I have had a chance to try on. They're super hip, super cool, very trendy, definitely like very trendy with their messaging. They wanted to appeal to not only the millennials, but then also some of us that are like a little bit older, like in our 30s and 40s and 50s. And basically the whole idea behind it is that just get educated about what's in your skincare products and stop putting crap on your face, but then also stop being so attached to, you know, natural is better, because sometimes it can actually be harmful if you are not educated about the products and about the ingredients that are in your skincare products. Having listened to and watching the video that they have made on YouTube, which is super cute, and just overall their branding message of what they stand for as a skincare company, I think that you and I can easily agree that they are very approachable, very easygoing, and really like their messaging is very strong, that they want to empower women and educate women about the type of ingredients that they put on their skin. So I'm all for that. Now, some of these products that I have tried did not work for me, and I will explain to you why. And whenever I look at reviews, especially with skincare products, generally I want to have a basic understanding of what the ingredients are, where can I research the ingredients, who is it really for, because I never really think of any type of product or a company or a brand like it's never really black and white, like it's good or bad. I always like to think of it like it's going to be suitable for a specific type of person, and if that person happens to be you or there's a resonance there, then I think that this will be super helpful. Okay, let's go through some of the products that I actually picked up. I'm keep saying products, I don't know why. Okay, so I have their vitamin C and E serum. So this is their facial serum. I also have their foaming cleanser. I also picked up their day and night hyaluronic cream. So this one has like jojoba, apricot, and hyaluronic acid in there. And I also have their facial toner, as well as this is their SPF moisturizer. So this has an SPF of 20. Okay, so I will be upfront with you. I actually had a chance to research all of the ingredients that are in all of their products that I have in front of me right now. And out of all of them, I'm going to save you a lot of headaches and research. The only one that really came back as sort of like a proceed with caution, because keep in mind, it's never a black and white thing. Proceed with caution would actually be their sunscreen. And the reason why I say that is because a couple of the ingredients, especially the sunscreen ingredients, I will just pop the ingredient list right next to me so you can take a look, and I will highlight the one that I'm actually talking about. They had it listed on their box, and I got rid of the box, so I don't actually have it in front of me anymore. One or two of their ingredients that they had in the SPF, like the specifically for sunscreen, that was sort of moderate concern. So, and I believe that the percentage was less than 3% on one ingredient and less than 5% on the other ingredient. So it's sort of like when you're looking at the entire product, which is 50 mils, 1.7 ounces, then it's sort of like, okay, it really impacts, like the ingredients that are in here are 97% or 95% clean. And then we have sort of that wiggle room of like 5 to 10% that might not be the cleanest. And at that point, you can sort of decide if you are using conventional sunscreen, then this is going to be an amazing alternative. If you're already using cleaner sunscreens, then maybe you might be passing on this. So just a side note on the sunscreen. Now let's talk a little bit about the foaming cleanser. So the foaming cleanser, you're getting about 5.4 ounces in here, and obviously like all of their products are made in Miami, Florida, so they are made in the US, which makes it really nice. And basically all they're telling you is to pump it with a dollop of cleanser and then apply to wet skin and gently rub using circular motion. Rinse well with warm water. Perfect. So it will work just like any other cleanser. Personally, I don't really use cleansers very often. I find that this removes all the dirt and grime and everything from my face whenever I have used it. Like, it does say that it can remove your makeup, it can remove any extra debris, but then they also added aloe in there so that it keeps your skin hydrated. Personally, for me, so little side note, my skin is normal to dry, which means that, and as we move into spring and summer, I do get a little bit oily, not much. And in the winter time, my skin is actually more on the drier side. But for the most part, I don't really break out very easily. And for the most part, I actually always gravitate towards products that are very hydrating for my skin because that's sort of where I'm happiest. It's not necessarily what I always need, but I just kind of go with intuitively whatever kind of works for me. So I usually try to stay away from a lot of drying cleansers because of that. I find this cleanser to be relatively drying for my skin. Now, in parallel to me, if you're looking for that firm feeling when you are using a cleanser, then you're going to love this. And does it remove all the debris? Totally does. So I did notice that my skin was cleaner because then after I cleansed it, I went in with the toner, and the toner it has tea tree and witch hazel, which helps with like shrinking your pores and things like that. So that's great. You just put a little bit on a cotton pad, and then, obviously you tone your skin after you have cleansed it. I could kind of skip on both of these for me personally. I will keep buying them because my husband totally loves it. And like nothing really leaves his skin fresher than when he uses the cleanser and the toner and the moisturizer. So to him, that combo works. So it depends on what your personal preference is. So I just want you to be really mindful of that whenever you're looking at their products. For me, the toner is great. It does exactly what it says it will do. I didn't really break out from it. But at first, when I started using all of these products, it could just be that I switched too quickly into too many of them, but my skin started to go a little crazy. Like this was in the first week. So there's your full disclosure there. So now my skin is actually used to their products and I actually enjoy it. I still stay away from the next thing that I'm going to talk to you about, which is their moisturizer. The moisturizer does not work for me at all. But overall, when I'm breaking down ingredients are clean. It is very effective. You will definitely notice a difference in how your skin is performing. A lot of it will really be just trial and error though. So I wanted to kind of just highlight the brand so you have an awareness around like what they're all about, what their messaging is, and really how transparent they are as a green company in their mission and the things that they're doing and the fact that they are made in the US. But then really the rest of it, it's sort of like, it's up to you, especially when it comes to skincare. Because skincare I find is so personal because then a lot of it depends on not only the type of skin that you have, but also what your skin routine was up to this point. The foods that you eat, like it will matter how much rest you're getting, how well your hormones are regulated. Hormonal health is going to have a huge impact of how your body responds to onto the products and things that you are putting on your skin. Keep in mind that whenever you put anything on your skin, you want to be really mindful of that because about 70 to 80% of the ingredients, they end up absorbing into your bloodstream. So that's sort of where this becomes a big concern for you to just be mindful of, like, what is getting into your bloodstream, and then how will that impact your overall health, and then what will happen, how much are you bogging down your liver, your kidneys, your internal organs, your adrenals, your thyroid gland. So just keep that in the back of your head, and just kind of take a look at what you've been using in the past and just transition slowly, which is what they actually tell you to do when you first buy their products. That, yeah, like buy the bundle, but like take it easy, like don't like jump into the deep end, because then your skin is going to go a little crazy and will ask you what you're doing with your life. So we don't want that. I have tried their moisturizer. It's a really nice moisturizer. It's called a day and night hyaluronic cream with jojoba, apricot, and hyaluronic acid. Again, ingredients came back clean. And my thing for me, when I use this, it's way too drying. It was way too drying. I felt like my laugh lines and just in general on my cheeks, I didn't feel like it was hydrating enough. In retrospect, when I gave this to my husband, he loved it. He was losing his mind. He's like, okay, you're gonna have to repurchase this because this is one of the best moisturizers I've ever used. So I just want you to be mindful of like the skin type that you have, because if you have oily skin, you're going to be in heaven with this. If your skin is normal, I think you will enjoy it. But if your skin is more of I almost said light to medium, but that's not what I mean. If your skin is more dry to normal, then you may not enjoy this as much. So let's talk, and then let's talk a little bit about the serum. The serum is kind of an interesting, and I will show you what I mean. So I have a couple of different serums, one from Pi and then one from, I have a facial skin serum. This is a facial oil. This is from Fourth Ray. And I also have a little rosehip biogenerative oil from Pi. And then I have the No BS. So I will show you consistency wise how different they are. So the Pi, as you can tell, super nice and liquid. And then you just pump it up, but see how it like drops? These are basically, it kind of looks like I'm showing you an essential oil. If I'm looking at the same thing, let me just do one drop close up so they can see. Okay, so see how this is also very liquid? Let's do one drop. Why not? Boom, see? And then, you just kind of, whatever. And then here, okay, and then here with this guy, let's show you a close up. So you pump it up here at the top, and see how it's kind of like, it's not really an oil like it is, but like it's not. It's almost like it has sort of like a gel-like consistency, and that's the best way that I can describe this. It does work. I enjoy it. I personally, just to make sure that I'm actually getting enough hydration, I usually use it in combo with one of the other facial serums, and then I'm usually pretty happy. In the morning when I wake up, my face is plump. Like, it's a noticeable difference. So now let's talk about packaging, because I know, especially when we're looking at a greener or eco-friendly company, I don't think that they are advertising themselves as an eco-friendly company, but I kind of look at it like, listen, if you're going to go into the green skincare realm, then we need to talk about your packaging. And the packaging, unfortunately for me, is pretty disappointing. Like, beautiful design, everything looks really, really cute, but everything is also plastic, like everything. Like the lid, the container, the pump, it's all made out of plastic, except for the little facial serum. The facial serum, this is glass, and then the topper is silicone, and like this, like the holder of the silicone topper, that's plastic, and then obviously the tube. Actually, the tube is glass as well. So here, packaging is a little bit better, but on everything else, all of their packaging is made in plastic. And to me, it's just, I think that it could be just a cost thing. Either way, I want you to be aware of it so that you kind of know what you're getting yourself into and like the level of footprint that it will leave behind. I think that it's important, especially when, you are sort of voting with your dollars, then it's definitely important for you to sort of understand that. I know that a lot of the larger companies, like larger skincare companies, like Mad Hippie would be one of them, and a couple of other ones that I've seen that are sort of slowly transitioning out of like using actual plastic packaging and more into glass and more sustainable materials. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, final thoughts and overall, what do I think of the brand? I think that it's definitely, well, and then their prices are extremely affordable. They do have little bundles where you actually get a discount. I will just leave the link down in the show notes if you wanted to check out any of their products and kind of take a look, because they are pretty transparent when it comes to ingredient list. They're pretty transparent with, you know, where you can get more information. They're really responsive whenever you send them a message, either on Instagram or just on their website. So they are amazing that way. I think that it's absolutely worth checking out. I think that you will enjoy them. It's definitely worth a shot, especially if your skincare routine currently has a lot of conventional beauty products, conventional skincare products. Then I think that this would be like a nice transitional step for you. But this is all I wanted to share with you guys. Let me know in the comments if you have tried anything from No BS and what you thought of it. I would love to hear from you, because it's so interesting to see the different skin types and like the different preferences. So I would love to hear what your thoughts were. And in the meanwhile, if you are brand new here, consider subscribing to the channel. We are all about intentionality and mindfulness practices, and we review some green products from time to time. So if you are new here and you're sort of not sure when we're going to be releasing what, and you wanted to kind of see the release schedule, you can actually sign up for the weekly recap email where I share with you the best takeaways from the previous videos. And I also show you what's coming up next for the following weeks, and that way you're not going to be missing anything. If you wanted to sign up, link is down in the show notes so you can check that out. And in the meanwhile, I hope you have yourself a wonderful week, and I cannot wait to see you guys for my next video. And just keep shining, you guys. And I will see you again next time. Bye.